How do you endure it? I knew I was right, and I was,
Mm.
and so I was not willing to sacrifice anything. I was not willing to say that I had done anything wrong. I was not willing to, admit to anything. So I was never offered a plea deal. I never asked for a plea deal. We were limited time after time by motions produced by the prosecution. They didn't want to talk about vaccine injuries. They didn't want to talk about why the patients were coming to see me. They weren't going to let me present any expert witnesses like the Dr. Peter McCulloughs and Pierre and Jim Thorpe and everybody who's out there talking about all the data and science and published articles. I mean, there's over 4,000 published articles now on the harms of the mRNA LMPs. And yet they weren't going to let me talk about it. They knew that if they did get into that much of discussion over COVID, that there was just nothing that they could do to win. I remember Steve Kirsch in early 23, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks or so after we were indicted, he posted on X, I think, he said, "Hey, here's our chance to get discovery when we can't do it civilly. Dr. Moore is entitled to any and all discovery, and anything that's out there, he should be able to request it, and the government has to give it to him."
Right on.
Unfortunately, the rulings that we had from our judge and from and the motions that were filed by the prosecution limited that really significantly. But even in the 3 days of trial that we had, it was 5 days of trial, 2 days of jury selection, but so 3 days of witness, testimony. They couldn't connect the dots that they were trying to connect. And we blew some really big holes in their arguments.